and prevention in Lincoln and in the area for 15 years. It can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, all a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsrats.com. Bats Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud of me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Max 10 for men. Bye-bye golfer lines and t-shirt 10s. Get you the max at Max 10. Get a 30-day pass, just $25. With stand-ups and laydowns for men of stature. Be a Max 10 man. Get 30 days for just $25 now at all 4 Lincoln Max 10 locations.
Live from Copple Chevrolet GMC Studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Speed and Power. I'm your host, Megan Walker, and we've got a special show going on tonight. We are sponsored by Lincoln's Pub on 46th and Layton Street, and we've got some good food coming, but I've got Harrison on the board and our very special guest from the Nebraska volleyball team. We've got Becca Alec.
Hello.
So, Becca, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I think a common thing known about me, but it's kind of false, is that I'm from Waverly. I'm only graduated out of Waverly. I'm actually from Lincoln. Not born, but raised, and I graduated out of Waverly my junior, senior year, sorry. So yeah, I'm from Lincoln. I got 5 siblings. We're a big old Brady bunch, and I also have a twin sister. Yes, one of my coaches back from club volleyball. No, Kelly. No, I don't know. Someone that's known me for a long time and should know these things about me. And yeah, I have a twin sister. We look nothing alike. She could walk by this very second and not guess that. So
that is crazy.
Yes,
so does she play volleyball as well, or just you?
Yes, she does. She's a setter/DS over at Missouri Southern State University in Joplin, Missouri.
That's awesome.
She's a stud.
So you're a sophomore here, and you play middle blocker?
Yes, that's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How do you like Nebraska so far?
Oh, love it. Feels like home. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's been home, but yeah, I mean, honest, it's been so weird. Playing at the university, living at the university, studying everywhere. Like studying at Memorial Stadium feels so weird, and it's kind of a subtle flex because I get to tell my friends about it. I'm like, yeah, I get to go up to the, I don't know, I think it's like the 5th or 6th floor, and you just get to look down at the field and see the sunset set over the stadium. I'm like, dang, like this is pretty awesome. So having all this different accessibility has been really cool. And yeah, just looking at the university in a different light. I was actually just telling my friend about this recently, how like I used to wander through campus with my family. We would go get like snacks or ice cream at like the dairy company or whatever downtown, and then we would just chill in the summer with my family. And it's so weird that like now I'm like friends with all these random college people, and like this is where we hang out, and like this is where I go to school. Like these buildings actually have purposes to me now rather than just like props.
So I have a question. You said you went to Waverly, you graduated. Why did you have that 1 year out in Waverly?
Oh, 2 years. But
2 years.
yeah, my mom, not gonna lie, she kind of dropped that on me my sophomore summer. Whitney Lonstein, who played with us, or I played with her last year. I played club volleyball with her for a while, and this was something she used to dangle in front of me, was that she really wanted me to come to Waverly. She'd be like, guys, like we could win state, we could do all these really cool things. And I was like, oh yeah, like, that's not realistic whatsoever. But apparently she was having conversations with my mom. Mom started talking, pens started being used on paper without my knowledge. And my mom did end up finally sitting the family down and be like, hey, like this is something I've been thinking about. This will be in the best interest for the family. That's another thing. We did not do it for volleyball. Everyone thinks we moved it for volleyball because volleyball is known, or Waverly is known for having a strong program. And obviously with my repertoire with the sport, everyone just assumed I was going to try and win a state championship. But I'm like, that's really not it. Like, I'll be fine wherever I go. I played at North Star. They've kind of had a program. They've had a strong one in the past, but like while I was there, we were in the rebuilding phase. And so I was like, I wasn't really expecting anything in the long run, just working for it. And so like when we went to Waverly, everyone thought I just quit on North Star. I was like, nah, man, like we literally moved for my little brother, but whatever.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad I asked that because Waverly is like a really strong
Yeah.
volleyball school. I feel like it's been like the last 10 years they've been pretty dominant, or is it even longer than that?
Probably longer. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, we've always made it to state, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, for the past couple years, but we've always seemed to just choked in the semifinals.
Mhm.
It's considered a curse at this point.
Really? It's kind of to that
Yes. I don't. When I tell you guys, this loss still burns me. And for anyone that watched that game, like it was me and my sister. We were like, all right, we're just gonna find a way. Like we're gonna get everybody. We're gonna just do this. And because like Scut it doesn't matter what class you are, you hate Scut. Like that is just a thing in high school sports. Hell, even the parents can't stand them. Like it's just something about Scut because they're so good. All their athletes are incredibly talented. So kudos to you guys. But it's like it just sucks losing to like the school everybody wants to beat. Well, so we're giving each other this pep talk before going out into what we thought we were probably gonna lose, but we were like, oh no, we're gonna win. We end up getting 3 sets on Scut. Not 3 sets, 2 sets. And we're going into the third. And the momentum's in our favor. Like we're just killing balls. Like they cannot stop us. And the next thing you know, like they slowly start to creep back and it was a reverse sweep. Yeah.
Ouch.
So yeah, I don't even know where that came from. Sorry. Anytime anyone brings up Waverly, I always think about the semifinal loss my senior year. So
But you've had a very successful high school and college career so far. So
Thank
good
you.
job to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like what did you always know that you wanted to go to Nebraska?
Actually, not a lot of people know this. I remember when my older sister was getting recruited, I was like, man, like this was in Nebraska. I think they had just won or were going to win this season. And I was like, this is like ignorant little twigs 6th grade back then. I was like, and I didn't really realize the words coming out of my mouth. Like, I just figured anybody could go to any school they wanted. I didn't realize there was weight on like schools that were looking at you. I just figured like, oh, you want to go to UCLA? Like that's cool. I didn't realize like Nebraska was like this almost untouchable volleyball school. Well, I remember I was saying like, I would never play for Nebraska because all I do is win, and I want to go play for an underdog school and upset the nation. Like I was talking all this smack, and I had no idea. Fast forward my 8th grade summer, the coaches were just reaching out. I got to get to know the program just from going to their camps, and it was just, and this was before the rule went into place. Just to want to clarify, fell in love with the program immediately because Maggie Griffin, she is the head kind of CEO of the volleyball club I played at. Well, she's a former Husker volleyball player, and she's implemented so many of the things they do at Nebraska. And I remember going to my first Dream Team camp and being like, man, like they kind of copied us. And I didn't realize that Maggie actually used all of the stuff from, yeah. So I was like, this place feels like home. I understand the program. I understand the disciplines, the culture. And I was like, I want to be a part of it. Like, I mean, heck, I already kind of feel a part of it. So it was a really easy decision. And anytime I went to another school's camps, I was comparing. And that was kind of my first hint that I wanted to play for Nebraska. So,
I feel like any athlete you talk to that got like recruited by Nebraska will say like, oh, it felt like home like right away. Like it was like, I'm meant to be here. Like I feel so loved. I feel so cared about. Like that's amazing that you had that experience as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's amazing. So did you visit other schools besides Nebraska?
I mean, I did go to Creighton. Given I was in 8th grade and I really didn't know what I was doing, I'm not gonna lie. Because part of me wishes I went to like a California school that doesn't
Warmer place.
You know, somewhere just warm. Maybe you take like a vacation. I know that's not right. I really know that's not right. But like,
A lot of people feel that.
Can you blame me though? Like athletes know where they want to go, so of course they're gonna go check out like a fun school. And I'm like, hey, it's business. It's business at the end of the day. And it's like I am not. Most of the time I traveled was for sports. So like, can you blame me for wanting to go to California? Not necessarily saying I want to play for them, but like, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No, like that's fair. I always
you.
think about that. I hear it a lot of times with guys that are close to graduation, and like these my friends, a lot of them they're not student athletes. I'm not obviously don't have like that's not my circle, but they'd still like by year 4 they'd just be like, damn, it would have been cool if I was in Colorado right now. You know, it's like kind of like I wanted to stay home and because it was easy, and then as I get older, it's like I wonder if I should have left.
Right.
Exactly. I wish I would have visited Hawaii.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like literally.
A visit would not have hurt anybody.
Yeah, or like if you went to college in Hawaii.
Think about it. Think about it. If the coach is gonna, or if the school's gonna be butthurt about like, oh, she just came here to use us on her visit. You're stud. You went and checked out their program. They're probably some girl that looks up to you's probably gonna be like, man, like, if Megan's got the spot in Nebraska, maybe I should check out Hawaii, Like, you alone are advertising their program, so they should be thanking you.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. But yeah, I did, regarding visits, I did check out Creighton. Just because it was close to home and I liked the size. That was actually kind of the thing that was so different from Nebraska was the size.
Mm.
And that's honestly one of the things I love about Nebraska, like UNL specifically, is I think I would have been so wrong going to Creighton because, yes, I'm at Nebraska, one of the bigger campuses in the state. I know what feels like 50% of the population. When I tell you people I know from North Star, the place I went to middle school, elementary school, hell, like, I don't even know people from church. Like, I just see everybody, like, in my lifetime from Nebraska. I just run into them at, like, I don't know, like Kirby's Market or the beach courts over by the blue courts or whatever. So, yeah, Nebraska, it's definitely, like, it's huge, but, like, everybody knows everybody. So it's, like, it's, like, a nice balance.
I feel like it feels small, but it's, like, a really small community.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like, it's a big campus, but, like, everybody.
Oh, 1000%.
Totally, yeah.
And real quick from the text line 3764 says BA, go Diamondbacks.
Wait a minute. I know who that. Okay.
That's why I read the number. I wonder who that, if you ever know that.
Wait, say that number again.
The last 4 or 3764. I don't want to give out the whole thing though.
Okay, can I look up the number real fast?
Yeah, you can look it up. And then if it's a mom or dad or friend, you can shout them
Diamondbacks,
out.
that's where I went to middle school. I went to Dawes Diamondbacks.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, I don't think that's Waverly.
So you said 3764.
Yep. Double check here.
Nuts. Is this who I think it is?
And again, if you guys want to join the show, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. You can join the conversation that way. Well, they must know you.
Yeah, they do. So that I'm a little confused now.
I mean, you're famous, basically. So
You
like,
did say
everybody
you know
knows
50%
you.
of them.
Yeah,
I really did.
Certainly.
I did say that. But okay, yeah, Diamondbacks. Yeah, Diamondbacks go crazy. That was a good time. Middle school was a blast.
What middle school was that?
Dawes
Middle
School. It's honestly one of the underappreciated middle schools. And, not like the prettiest neighborhood, but I have some of the best memories with some of the coolest people, like, during middle school. And I have a lot to thank because my mom. I was like, I honestly couldn't tell you if I would have gotten the same experience somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was more, I don't know, dare I say, structured. Like, there's something different about the rougher schools because people, like, you get to see different sides of people you probably wouldn't see when everything's so prim and proper,
Yeah.
And it taught me to, one, be respectful when you don't know what's going on. Because you got a lot of people with a lot of different backgrounds. They come from different homes. And, like, school might be their escape. And, like, who am I to make it hard for them there? So you learn to just work with different kinds of people. And my mom was a special ed teacher, so I got to meet a lot of her students. And so they would, like, run into me in the halls because it's a real small school.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a tight knit community where I consider us to be a family, and I did everything in my power to try and have other people feel that because when I tell you I was bawling when I like crying, sobbing, just disgusting, walking out on like our 8th grade walk, and I was like, why is it nobody else crying or whatever? Yeah, it was.
Shout out Dawes Middle School.
Yeah, Dawes Middle School goes crazy. Go Diamondbacks, baby.
Yeah, if you remember that fondly, because I remember my middle school years. I try to forget those.
Really?
Usually,
Why?
Middle school is a tough time for a lot of people. Transition phase,
Exactly.
you just like you look at your face, you look at my hair wrong. I'm like, go like, oh my god, what's wrong with my face today? Like, when you're in that age,
Yes.
when you're like figuring out who you are, you're still not sure, and then you're just like, maybe not for everyone, but
Right.
at least for a lot of people, I feel like they get very self-conscious,
Yes.
and then they get out of it real quick, or they drag it through high school.
Middle schools are mean. Like,
true.
boys, like,
Yeah,
I
guys
don't want
are
to mess with
vicious.
middle school boys.
They're
Why
vicious.
is there a phase in middle school for people to roast the guy or girl you like?
Literally.
Okay,
So weird.
any middle schoolers that hear this, stop doing that. That made me feel so bad about myself. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I've got a crush on so-and-so. And then he's going to go over here and gonna roast my forehead. So I'm just going to go cry for a second. And then I'm like, oh, he totally likes me. Like, that's so toxic. That needs to die. Oh,
I will say guys are also just idiots too.
This
And
is true.
like I got a short story, and this is gonna sound so mean, but you have to understand the man was totally innocent. He actually really liked the girl, but they were playing basketball, and he was just like, "Oh man, she's a train out there," because she was really good, getting a lot of rebounds, playing
Yeah.
aggressive defense. Well, she just heard the train part. Like, you don't want to be on the train. So
Yeah, I
like,
know.
she took offense to it. And then he was just like, idiot boy. Just like, no, like, you're a train. And just kept going, like, trying to make it a
No.
compliment. And it's like, you just drop it and like, yeah, let's rephrase that.
Yeah.
I feel like guys don't think sometimes when they say
No.
comments about girls.
Yeah, no, they
Like-
really don't.
Like they would say something that like would be really offensive to a girl, and like they would take it way differently if they said,
Yeah.
"Oh my god."
Yeah, I
It's
feel
just
like
so crazy.
girls are like, we're like, you look great today, or like, you're glowing, like sweet things. And like, I feel like a guy's way of complimenting is like, your shoes are all right. It's just like these things, like, thanks. Like, was that actually a compliment?
I don't know. I don't know how many compliments you get in high school.
Do you get
from
any
guys.
compliments in high school, in middle school?
Still not today. Guys are
Wow.
just weird breeds.
So
That's not true.
They
You
should,
get 'em.
guys should branch out. Show some love. Where's the bromance?
Yeah, there is that. I don't know. But yeah, it was very interesting. It just reminded me talking about middle school. It just reminded me how like dumb like the guys are just trying to figure out like who you are and then just saying just
No.
horrible things. It's a weird time. So
Yes,
again,
it
shout
is.
out to Dallas Middle School. If you can look back at middle school fondly, they did it right.
It was, yeah. I say for the most part. I mean, like when you're talking about like describing yourself and everything, like I definitely, I am obviously. You saw me walk through the door. I'm a tall, big, built woman, and I was always as strong. I was actually really, really skinny for a long time, and yeah. But I was always taller than all the kids in my classes. Sometimes taller than the teacher, and that was always the first thing people would point out about me. And then, of course, once I'd open my mouth, they'd have other things to say. But like, it was. I don't really know. Like it was really hard just to get used to always being different. And I'd be like, man, like I was told that like people are gonna get taller and the boys are gonna get taller, so I wouldn't stand out as much. But like I was towering over these boys, and they loved to mention how much taller I was than them. So it was really hard for me in middle school to like really like love my height and like love that like yeah, like I'm a big built girl and I'm just gonna have to roll with it because God made me this way and nothing I can do about it. And yeah, that was honestly the hardest part for me in middle school was like, yes, I was social, I was doing all of these things, but like I was battling with this terrible insecurity for so long, and then like even now, like it's gotten better, but like man, middle school was a different beast when it came to that insecurity.
But like look at where you are now. Like
Right.
that blessing is like turned you into an amazing volleyball player. Like
Right.
it helps you with what you do, and so that's amazing.
Thank you.
And throwback to when you said at like Down that you learned like how to respect people and not view like them or judge them or like because you don't know what's going on. I could definitely thinking back to when I first met you this summer, I totally can see like you are very respectful. Like you are very kind. Like I'm not trying to hype you up, but like you are that athlete. Like not every athlete is gonna build up another athlete. But, like I feel like you do that with all girls, all guys. Like that's who you are.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really feel good about myself.
No, I'm just just shouting that out there. Like you are a very talented athlete and you have a good heart on you.
Thank you.
So yeah.
With that being said, we are going to break, but if you want to go ahead and chime in on the conversation, start with Heyman text line 402-464-5685. It's the Speed and Power. We have host Megan Walker and special guests on the volleyball team, Becca Alec as well. So feel free to join the conversation. We'll be back right after this break.
Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering best that you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water testing, and more property leaks and other issues. For a free estimate at 560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
A new year means new goals and upgrading, but that doesn't only apply to health and fitness. Mullen Motors can get you into a new vehicle right now and get your 2023 started off the right way. They cleared off their 2022 inventory and have tons of new vehicles to choose from to make sure you get to where you need to be this year. Out with the old and in with the new. Stop by Mullen Motors, just north of 48th and Lincoln.
Motto tagline, does quality vehicles, Mullen Motors.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24. Applicants can take 3 and 4 day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at Tractor Supply.
Are you looking for a solid, stable fluid assembly, CNC machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with a 70-year history right here in Lincoln. And I just listed some great career opportunities that you can find by logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility with great people, contact me today by applying online at GarnerIndustries.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place with superior service for what your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 7th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Rashawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. Brant's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job, precision demolition, excavate, man, Brant is the place to call. Oh, or learn more. Call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrantExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brant.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum. You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? Worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. You get it with Mary Ellen's The Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish, and don't sleep on their sides. Shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Just taste kindly. Let that wait.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel, and blasting of all sorts. ESC has great attention to detail. They stick deadlines and get your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-929. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Looking for a gas for today, mostly sunny skies and breezy conditions with mild temperatures. Around 55. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with a low around 25, and tomorrow we see more sunshine, warmth, and breezy conditions. High around 50. Our meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to The Ticket weeknight on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Speed and Power. I'm your host, Megan Walker, and we have got Harrison on the board and Becca Allen. Hey! And we just got some really good food from Lincoln Pub. It is on 46th and Layton Street. And Becky, what did you get?
Right now, I'm sucking on a chocolate cake. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
On the menu. That's specially crafted items.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's right. Taylor makes them. I think Taylor likes using them as like kind of test them out.
Mm-hmm.
So he seems to bring unique shakes in for us every time.
It's so good.
And you got cheesy bread?
Yes, and cheesy bread.
Cheesy bread, yeah. I got a wedge salad, and it looks so good, and it smells good. And then I also got a shake. And this shake is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. Should have got you.
Does it have chunks in there?
Yeah, it's got like, what would you describe it as? Like
The shake or the pizza? No. The Shake, yeah, it's got legitimate, like chocolate shake bits in it.
Mhm.
It's super
With
rich
cake,
and it's really
it's
fun.
super good, yeah.
I can say I've never had anything like it, and I'm a fan of it.
But you guys should definitely go to Lincoln's Pub. Really good food.
Yes.
Shout out Taylor. He'll take
Shout
care of you
out
too.
Taylor.
He always brings such good food.
Mhm.
He brought me the meatball sub, I think last week.
Mm.
Oh my god, the meatball sub's incredible. It's just like a pizza almost.
You
Just
need
like-
to have the BALT. I swear, that's like my
that's the
favorite thing.
avocado one.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to
favorite
try
thing.
that as well. I just need to like try the whole menu.
And just go do food tasting at Lincoln's Pub.
Ooh.
I'd be down for that.
Honestly, because
That'll
I've
be
said it
fun.
before, but like I haven't gotten a single item off their menu yet that's been a miss.
Literally.
And it's a huge menu.
I know.
It is good. Yeah. I remember I was trying to figure out what I wanted. It took me like 20 minutes. I was like, man, I don't know what to pick. It all looks really good.
They just got like everything. Like if you want
Yeah.
pizza, if you want a sandwich, salad, like
Yeah, literally
shake.
everything.
Yeah.
I always just go for the pizza now, is what I've realized. Like they got a 3 meat pizza.
Mm.
And for me, it's just like the meat they use on there is like real legit meat too.
Mm.
It's not just like the frozen stuff, I feel like.
That's awesome.
But yeah, shout out Lincoln's Pub,
Shout out Lincoln's Pub.
46 in Layton.
46 in Layton, yes. So Becca, as a volleyball player, like tell us about your day. Like what do you go through every day?
Okay, so I could do a breakdown of what we're doing right now in spring season. So for tomorrow, I guess that would be considered like a real beach day. So we don't have any training in the morning. They leave the morning open for classes and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then right around like between like 2:30 and 3:30, we'll have 2 different groups just because of the size of the team. And we only have 1 indoor beach court, let alone that's a gift. But hence there's still not enough room. So we'll only have 1 group go. It's like 5 or 6 girls. So hit lit and then beat, and then afterwards, you're gonna go like hit up training table and all those basic things. Maybe even see Lisa to talk about like diet stuff, because right now is the time you're gonna go through like a lot of changes, because just like depending on what your goals are. But during beach practice, how we usually start is we do like a little film session. We have like this cool little TV tucked away in the corner. Where Jalen, he's like our head coach right now, just because beach is more of coach is also very talented. I don't want to dismiss that, but Jalen's taken over right now, and he just kind of leads us through a couple of film things, like kind of like yesterday, or not yesterday, like last week we focused a lot more on blocking. And so he just pulled up a couple of clips of blocking, be like, this is what we want it to look like. If you got any questions, let us know. And then we'll get right into warm up, which burns. I cannot tell y'all. Kelly has this saying, I don't know if it's hers, but she says it. It's called beach lungs and beach legs. And that is no joke. Like
I was
your
gonna
legs
say that's gotta be brutal.
Oh,
Playing in
it
the
is.
sand, working out in the sand all the time.
I think you cannot miss a meal. You want to talk about proper fueling? Beach will expose you like so hard, and it's embarrassing because you're out here trying to get through the sand, and it just eats you up. You can't move after a certain point. When you already out of energy, man, it goes bad fast. So yeah,
You might not live in a warm state, but at least you get to play in the sand. Like,
This is
every day.
true.
Yeah, so there's perks to it.
yeah. We actually have like this huge. I don't even know
Beach,
what
like thing on the wall.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
a background. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's also really funny just because it's like this is what we get in Nebraska, but it's beautiful. It's our little piece of paradise.
Literally. Did you expect like coming out of high school that you'd be like working this much so hard?
Honest? No. Actually, I don't really know. I think my expectations were really high for spring season, and I completely underestimated how hard indoor was going to be mentally. Like, yes, I knew practices were probably going to be really hard, but there were actually some days where the load was really light, and it was kind of off-putting because you mentally prepare to go like 100 miles an hour every day, but like that's not college ball, and nor is college sports in general. Like for them to ask 100% from you every day is not realistic, and you're going to burn out fast. Your performance is going to tank after like the second week, and so it's all about like rationing and like percentages, and just manipulating the workload to try and hit you at your maximum on performance day. So yeah, that's honestly been like just a lot of like ignorance. Just have no idea what's gonna happen and just going with the flow, asking questions when necessary, and sometimes you just gotta figure it out on your own. But yeah, I think anytime I ever thought I knew what was going on, I was corrected so fast or humbled. And so it was just like a mixture of like I said, kind of just going with the flow, asking questions.
Yeah, college sports is a beast.
It is. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
It's just nice to sit down in a chair and hang out for
Yeah.
like an hour.
Literally, like it's these nights, like all I had was listening today. And like for some people that might be their only activity. For me, it's like go in, lift, get it done, boom. And the fact that I have like 4 hours, this evening I get to do this podcast, like this is considered an off day for me. Like a true off day, I fill it with everything I don't get to do during the week. So sorry, I'm breathing so hard. So like, yeah, on off days, I'm doing like laundry. I'm going to try and go see friends. So I'm actually really busy on off days. And so it's my typical like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, where we actually have scheduled stuff is when I actually find the most off time because it's all about like time management. And so like when you have an off day, like you feel the need to just catch up.
So I totally agree with that. Yeah. Unlike your off days, like you feel it. And
Yes.
So like you really don't have an off day.
You really don't.
Yeah. That's
But
crazy. But yeah,
what about
that's good.
Sundays? Do you end up filling up your Sundays too?
Well, yeah, like I got church, and then I usually
Right.
do like more like church stuff, like do a
Yes.
Bible study,
Right.
and homework you gotta do. So it's like not really doing very free time.
Yeah, church events, man. Like it goes from just the actual church service or mass to then like hanging out with your friends for like the next 4 hours, and then boom, there goes your whole Sunday.
And then you sometimes gotta go to the trainers on Sunday.
Right.
So like your Sundays are filled as well.
Yes.
I wish there was like another day in the week where like you just didn't do anything. Like I wish there were 8 days of the week.
I've had this thought so many times. I'm like, if there was one more day in the week, I would be set. Like being a college athlete, I'm like anybody could do it. And I'm like, man, I honestly imagine I'm like, we could just squeeze one more day, even if it was only like 12 hours.
They'd find stuff for you to do on that day, though. That's
This
the problem.
Yeah, but this day
They'd
would
be
be
like-
like made for not doing anything. Like this is like a movie day.
I thought that
True.
was Sunday.
No.
Not
Not
college
for
athletes.
athletes, it's not.
Not college athletes. No, you're playing catch up. Like I'm cramming out some other podcasts. I'm doing the catechism in a year with Father Schmitz, and it takes up almost 2 hours because I have no time. You think that 20 minutes is possible to squeeze in a day? Nah, man. Like I'm probably doing something else. I might just be sitting there doing nothing. So 20 minutes of just complete silence. Boom, it's gone. Like it takes. Oh, yes.
I feel like if you're a college athlete and like you have free time, like you're not doing something right. Like you're not working
Yeah.
hard enough, or like you're missing out on something.
Do you guys get that? Like feel guilt if you have downtime?
Yeah.
You
know,
don't
it
even
feels
know.
weird. It feels so weird to like, because it's not even gonna lie. We have like, have you heard of the phrase NARP?
No.
Oh,
You've never heard of I feel like I've totally like said that to you before.
NARP?
I probably just didn't say anything because I didn't understand.
NARP, NARP.
Yeah, I didn't assume it's an acronym. What's it
Yeah,
stand for?
It is.
Go for it, Becca.
As long as it's clean. I got.
It
the
is
thumb.
clean. It is
Okay.
clean. It's non-athletic regular person.
Oh, okay, yes. I have
So-
heard that phrase before.
Okay, yeah. So NARP. There's also like other phrases, but that's the more appropriate one. So yeah, NARP. It's like, oh, what was I saying? Oh, during break, like I got to experience a little bit. Like I had like this need to work out, or else I feel like I was gonna get behind. So it's like I wasn't really like that restful, but like that was the first time I really got to experiment. Like I went to the rep and then I hit up the sauna and I got to do all of these things, and it's like, man, like this is the life.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, okay, gotta get back into the grind because you honestly feel like you're always behind if you're not doing stuff.
Did you guys have like a Christmas break? Like how long was yours for?
Ours was really long this year. I think they actually gave us an extra week than they did last season. Because we're actually considered like a week behind in beach training. So that's why our workload is really high right now in the sand. Ours, so like basically when we lost, that was, man, I don't know, the 14th of December. So like that week, like or like the 17th, because that was the national championship. So like a couple days before that, or maybe even like a week before that. I think it was a week before that. That's when we lost to Oregon, and then basically that's when our break started.
That's crazy. I don't know how you felt, but like going on to break and like being home and like doing nothing felt so weird to me.
Yeah.
Like it was so hard to get into that.
Yeah.
And then just automatically like come back and start training again. Like that was so like mentally taxing.
Oh, I can totally agree with you. The transition, because I feel like regardless of your sport, like I meet with the bowlers and they're in like this killer mindset. Like they're national champions. And I know one of them, her name's Crystal. She's super dope. And I was talking with her just like about like what like their day looks like, and just like what training and like their team dynamic. And like just the way she was talking about it, I'm like, girl, we are not different. Like there's nothing different
No,
between us
big
other
difference.
than like what we do and the ball we handle. I'm like, there's really not that big of a difference. And I'm like, the life of a college athlete, you're so used to being go, go, go. And so the idea of just stopping, I don't really know what to compare that to. The only thing I can think of it as like going cold turkey.
Mhm.
As it's like you're constantly having this workload, constantly having this simulation, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And then it sucks even more when it's like it's not even like an easy like you finished the season on a dub.
Yeah.
We finished our season on a crappy loss, and then next thing you know, it's like now I'm just supposed to sit around, and they don't want me to do things. But like after you lose, after having all of this stuff going on, and you lose, like you feel this need to like make up for it. But now you're considered in your off season, and it's like it's this constant like going back and forth. Like, I need to hit the gym because we lost, and do all of these things to make up for it. But like I'm like, no, like you're done. Just chill out, and you have a brand new season coming next season. Like you got to come into this new season with a fresh mindset. We got freshmen, man. Like these guys are new. So if you're holding on to what happened last season to a certain degree, like it's gonna hold you back. So it's hard. It's so hard, especially coming back into it because you get comfortable at one point. So then to actually like get yourself back into that mindset of go, it's
So
hard.
what is that fine line of trying to forget last season? Because obviously, like you said, you don't want to forget everything. Because you don't want to forget about what you might have done wrong, but you also want to forget about the season. So how do you walk into a fresh season, kind of still remembering the errors of the past, but not harping on them?
Man, that one I'm still figuring out. I think everyone's gonna take the game, interpret the game differently, but like I'm beyond dissatisfied with how season finished, and like that's all I can really think about when I think back of last season. And I think that's what's so frustrating is because like just kind of with how my brain's wired and with how competitive I am, like we did great during like we were in contention for a Big Ten like championship, and all I could think about was our loss against Oregon, and like that's how I summarized our season because like that was the one thing that like we could have used to advance to a why do I keep saying that, a national championship. And it's like it's so hard for me to remember all the good when that bad hurt so bad.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to remember like, oh, I did improve, I did develop relationships, and it's just hard to like, just remember the good and like what you can learn from, because yes, we lost, but like, okay, now I need to look at like, how was my actual performance? Like, what can I fix? And then the other part is like the mental part is just like, okay, like what did I fail to do in these big moments, and what did I do good in these big moments? It's like, where can I build instead of being like pissed and then like starting back at square one. Like the whole point of season to season is become a veteran. Like you develop experience. If all I'm doing is like feeling bad about myself and not even giving myself the kudos that you did learn something, you're wasted time.
Yeah.
And so
very few players walk out with 4 national championships.
And that's the thing, man, is like I got big dreams. And so it's so hard. And like that's the biggest thing is like Kennedy, she's my roommate and teammate and good friend, and she was like, Becca, like, yes, I know what you want, we all want it, but like right now we just gotta win one. And that's really where my mind's at. I'm like, okay, like I gotta invest into this one season, be all in. Last season happened, like it's over, it's been over, like it's this season. And then I'll be saying the same thing about next season, it's this season, but like right now I'm here. And so I think my biggest thing about this season is just like remembering how that felt and just making sure I'm doing everything in my power to never feel that way again, which means I have to branch out to these other girls, make relationships, and I don't know, put myself out there, I guess, more often, like just do what I didn't do last year.
Yeah, because I always wonder, because like you were talking about the bowlers too, it's like the work that, because like if, we're just being honest, you look at the bowlers and the volleyball team, like pretty much benchmarks for Nebraska athletics for a while now, just by their dominance, but like even the bowlers, it's like, they don't win it every year. And even though they're so damn good, the amount of work that they put into it's insane.
Yeah.
And then for them, because we have their show every Monday night as well, but for those guys to like bounce back and like the mindset they have to do, just like the mental gymnastics that student athletes have to do are insane just to keep going on. Because even though you're at a powerhouse like Nebraska for volleyball and bowling, like it's still not guaranteed.
Right.
It's still rare, even if you probably walk out with one.
Right.
So like it's try to win it every year. Like it's a hard thing to do because it feels like you should, but still, like Alabama doesn't win it in football every year.
Right.
It's a hard thing to do.
And like that's the crazy thing is it's like people don't think about that. Like when we play for these type of programs or like just perform for these type of programs is like when we don't do well, everyone's like, hey, that's just part of it. But then when we do it, everyone's like, well, they're just Nebraska. Like they have no idea what we put ourselves through, what we've been through. Like, no, like we didn't just do this because that's who we are. Like yes, Nebraska volleyball is a program and entity of its own, but like at the same time, like we are what makes the program so great. And it's like sometimes you wish that like your work wouldn't be discredited for like this thing. And it's just difficult complex of like, yes, I played for Nebraska, but like we are each individual women that decided to come together, not because Nebraska volleyball told us to, like we made Nebraska volleyball. And yes, you know, all of these teams in the past are what made the team so great, but like I don't really know. The biggest thing I can honestly think of is like Husker football. Like right now, they're focusing on trying to build a name for their own because I feel like for a long time they've been using the team from the 90s. Like, yes, that team, they made Husker football. This team, like, they're not the same men. And I think if for people to be like, oh, if the boys go all the way and like say win big, everyone would be like, Husker football is back. And I'm like, how about the part where like these men, like they dealt with ridicule, probably humiliation, just downright bullying from maybe even fellow student athletes. It's just like, no, like we did that. Like this, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, it's a different group of athletes
Yeah, like
every
we're
year.
different people. Like we did this. And so
Otherwise, we'd still be in Nebraska from the 90s.
Exactly.
You know, new people in the room, and like, yeah, all got to be on the same page. With that being said, though, we do got to go to our last break here on Speed and Power, right here on 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. If you want to join in on the conversation, shoot at the Starter Hammond text line over the break, 402-464-5685. We'll be back right after this. Sweet.
Come see the state's largest display of John Deere equipment at Acres Ag and Turf Expo. Acres Ag professionals and suppliers will be on hand to discuss techniques from tillage and planting to application and harvest. Also, don't miss the full lineup of John Deere mowers and compact tractors. Join us at Grand Island Fauner Park, February 21st and 22nd, or the Lincoln Lancaster Event Center, March 8th and 9th. Go to acres.com to request your free tickets today.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel man. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8944 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you call 402-488-8934 HIS Auto Care, 7th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Can you believe all the empty car lots in Lincoln? How can they survive? Well, they are surviving by charging way too much and making you believe there are cars available. This is Carl from Price Right Auto. I'm here to tell you that they are full of bull stuffing. Come out to Price Right in Westo and you'll find over 100 great vehicles at some great prices. We won't let you get a lemon since we back every one of our vehicles with our Peace of Mind 3-month warranty. If you want a hassle-free car buying experience, check out our website, PriceRightAuto.com. Come see a great selection of cars on Westo Street at Price Right Auto.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville. As we roll into the year, we continue to get plenty of new 2023 inventory and have a great selection of used vehicles. If you don't have what you want, we can put a new vehicle order in for you. So 2.9% now on select Chevy and GMC new models. So stop on in and make that short drive to Louisville or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
You know that feeling a hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish, and don't sleep on their sides. Shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service, promises to make the buying and selling process stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Biker with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused. But when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC is great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep with budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 1-207-9329.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska Communications, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and benefit packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Back to the Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All righty, welcome back to Speed and Power on 93.7 The Ticket. We have got Harrison on the board and Becca. Here's our special guest, and we just finished our shakes. They're phenomenal.
Oh yeah, so good.
So phenomenal. But yeah, we got almost done for the night, so just hanging out.
Yeah, we got a 5 minutes here to wrap it up.
5 minutes. Dang.
So anything you want to chime in on last? No,
Oh, that just puts like so much pressure on it.
What does tomorrow look like?
What does tomorrow look like?
FCA at 7 p.m.
FCA at 7 p.m. What else? Oh, I got a hard workout tomorrow.
Ooh.
Oh, I got class.
Oh, I want to ask you how I forgot the name of it again. That workout that you guys were doing. Nuri had to do it a lot. You had to do it one time.
BFR?
BFR.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. Have you ever done BFR? No, I'm still doing it.
BFR?
Okay, so it's where they constrict your leg. I'm going to make this super quick. They constrict your leg so you can't have any flow. And then they expect you to work out on your leg.
Whoa.
So it's like
all the lactic acid.
all the
is
lactic
just
acid.
everywhere.
So like even doing your body weight is so horrible. I cried the first time I did it.
I keep hearing this about people that tear their knees, right?
It's like, well, I pulled my hamstring, and so they just like wanted to like. Apparently, it's like really good for recovery.
Yeah.
So don't pull anything or do anything to your knee.
BFR?
BFR.
I now want to try this.
You don't want to try it.
Oh.
They told me how bad it was. Like it can't be like that bad.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "You're gonna be surprised," and so I was like,
No way.
"But like Nuri, I
Well,
think
you've
he had to
intrigued me now.
deadlift. Like he got it on both of his legs, and he had to like deadlift." And like you are dying through this, like body weight hurts, like standing on it is killing you.
No way. Okay, I'm sorry. You've intrigued me too much, and I'm very much the kind of person like it's not that hard.
I'm that person too. Go to your trainers and be like, "Hey, I want to train BF."
Okay, I will. That actually sounds. Why do I keep thinking that sounds fun? I'm probably gonna want to.
You're gonna want to try.
So I'll just give you a description. You can say if it still sounds fun. This doesn't talk about the pain. So it says blood flow restriction. BFR training involves using specialized straps to intentionally reduce circulation to exercising muscles. The addition of BFR to standard training approaches results in greater muscle hypertrophy and then performance improvements in untrained clinical populations. Huh.
I didn't know that's what it stood for, like blood flow restriction.
Yeah, just blood flow restriction.
I thought it was something else.
So did I.
Yeah. That kind of makes
It sounds painful. The fact that like
Yeah, the way
Mary was like super adamant too about how painful it was. I believe it.
I think what really struck me was when you said just standing on your own legs is gonna it's gonna hurt like hell. That's the kind of part that scares me. But I'm so the kind of person I have to try it at least once.
Go try it and let me know how it goes.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, bring
Oh,
your
I'm-
tissue box.
Oh, is it really that
Oh
bad?
my gosh. Well, they don't tell you how painful it is. They'll say oh it's gonna be bad, but you don't expect what pain you're gonna be in. You know.
So when is it just trying to lift your legs like this?
So what did I have to do? I had to lay on the ground and put. Oh, I had to do a whole bunch of workouts. Put my feet on a ball
Put your feet on a ball.
and roll the ball in.
Oh, like hamstring curls?
Hamstring stuff. And then I had to stand there and try and squat. It's
Body weight squats?
body weight squat. I could barely do any weight.
No way.
Yeah, it's seriously that bad.
No way.
Or even just standing there with it on your leg kills.
Oh my goodness.
You
So
it's going on
scary.
your bucket list. It's got
Yeah,
to.
it is going on my bucket list because I can't go my whole life and never try this.
I'd imagine it's just feeling like a really bad sore the next day, except it's the entire ligament.
Well, it's
Right.
not the soreness. I feel I like being sore. Do you like being sore?
I do because it makes me feel like I should put work in.
Exactly. This is way different than being sore. It's your leg has fallen asleep, and it's
Yeah.
just you have no connection to it at all.
Other than the pain
Whoa.
receptors.
Yeah, literally.
And it hurts.
It hurts because it's your leg. You have no circulation.
Right. Isn't that what they do before they cut off limbs? Yeah. Yeah. When
Yeah,
you're
to cut
bleeding
off
out,
the blood flow.
that's what they're doing. There was
BFR, man.
BFR. Holy crap. That's literally what they do if you're bleeding out and they're we can't save it. And they're I
Cut
don't
off
even
the
know.
circulation.
They cut off circulation and chop it off.
Yeah, that's so you don't bleed out though. This is so you somehow, I guess it's great for you.
Right.
Recovery, man.
This one's for weightlifting and this is to lose a limb. Oh
Literally.
man. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely be trying. I'll text Jolene, that's our trainer. I'll text her tonight. I'm what do you know about BFR? She'll be you can't handle it.
Just don't try it.
All right, Becca. Thank you for coming on the show. This is Speed and Power. Make sure you guys tune in next week, and everyone have a great rest of your night.
Yes.